to do a brief screen recording on how to set up EdPuzzle in Schoology and how to add an EdPuzzle. All right, so in your courses, click on the left-hand side and go to EdPuzzle. It might say that there's an error. Just refresh it until it pops up. All right, give your course a description. If your courses are linked, they will all be there. They'll stay linked together. I'm going to title it Practice. I'm going to give it 7th grade level, and subject will be Other. I'm going to click Create a Class. All right, now I'm going to go into EdPuzzle. And let me just refresh. All right, on the left-hand column, I will see my course name, and I'm going to click on it. And I'm going to click on Content. And it's within this content section that you can add a video or create your EdPuzzle. On the left-hand column, there is a curriculum section. You can search here for curriculum that's already created. You can look and see who in Lakeville, on the left-hand column, there's another link, who in Lakeville has created videos similar to what you've had. And once you create your video, it'll show up in your content. All right, so I'm going to start going back to the home button. I'm going to search EdPuzzle. I'm going to look up how to create hot chocolate bombs. All right, here is our video. What you would like, I'm going to select it. I'm going to go ahead and click copy because I'm going to make a copy of this video so that I can edit it. All right, now that I've made a copy, I'm going to go back into content and search for it, and there it is. So I will click on it. And this one did not have any questions, so I want to edit it. And this is where I can add questions, add a note, make other changes. So I need to first figure out where I want to add my questions. So then I would play it. Let's say I know it's right here. That's where I would pause it. And up top here, I click on questions. I can select multiple choice or open-ended. If I do multiple choice, they will be graded automatically within EdPuzzle. Or I could do open-ended where I will have to grade each student's answer individually. So I'm going to select multiple choice. Type this in and click save. All right. I will go ahead and click continue.
Go up on the edges there.
Maybe a little further.
Otherwise,
I want to pause it, and maybe I want to add a note. Maybe I want to record something to tell the students, some kind of reminder, or I could type it here. Click save. All right. Then I can make some other changes. I want to go back and recheck myself or add additional things. I can click there. I'm going to go ahead and click finish. And I want to make sure the video is public. Go to Schoology and assign our video. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go into my materials. I had to make sure I didn't click into a different class. I'm going to add materials and click on EdPuzzle. All right, there's my video right there. And I'm going to click Assign. I'm making sure I prevent skipping so they can't skip through it. And I'm going to turn on closed captions. It will work if it is available. I'm going to click Assign. All right, the most important thing to do next is click on this gear and click Edit. Make sure the consumer key and the shared secret are empty, otherwise students' names will not be linked. And I'm going to click on Enable Grading. If I do not click on Enable Grading, it will not work. All right, maybe I'll make this one worth 10 points or whatever you choose to assign. If you wanted to upload automatically into your Schoology grading, or your scores in Schoology, select a category. All right, maybe I'll just title this formative. And then I'm going to go ahead and click Save Changes. Grading is enabled. Before we go on, I just want to let you know that you cannot copy these to your course. Okay, you can't save it to your resources or copy to your course. You can use it again. If you have linked classes, this will show up for each class. If you do not have linked classes, you will need to go back into EdPuzzle and create this for each class that you want it in. All right, now let's go ahead and check on how we do our grading. I'm going to click on Gradebook. And I'm going to click on the EdPuzzle, how to make hot chocolate bombs. All right, and watch. This shows me how much the student watched it. Looks like she only watched 50% of it. And right here, she has not answered any of the questions. If the student does not like how they performed, they can always ask you to reset progress. And if you choose to do that, you can also do that. I will be right back. I'm going to have Rachel completed. Rachel has completed the EdPuzzle. It now shows that it's been 100% watched. She did earn a 0 out of 100 because she got the question wrong. All right. If there is a problem with a question in the EdPuzzle, or there's an incorrect answer that was clicked by you or whoever created the EdPuzzle, I'm going to show you how you would fix that. I'm going to go into my gradebook. And I'm going to click Edit. And this is where I would change the point value. And maybe it needs to only be out of 5. And Assign. Now my grade stuff is not aligning with the EdPuzzle because this is not a real setup. So this was just quickly created.
Okay, so that was just a really quick tutorial on how to create or how to begin EdPuzzle. So that's something that we can certainly put that link into Beth Beckwith's document if you missed the beginning or if you just got here. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Jane, and here's the time where if you guys have any questions, and then she's going to tell you a little bit more details about EdPuzzle and Schoology.
All right. I guess we'll start to see if anybody has any questions or to see kind of what a process you want to go through. You want to set up one together or just start by asking questions. So, yeah, I gotta unmute her. No? Can you unmute it? Because I don't know if I have the. I think we need to give them.
Okay, I have a question.
I'll unmute all. I'm going to unmute everybody, and then everybody can then self-mute or mute themselves. But it didn't work for me to do it. It won't let.
We're good. We don't mute ourselves.
Okay, you can now. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
We're in the same room, which probably wasn't the best idea, because then we have to go back and forth and mute.
I have a question though.
Yes.
Okay, so once you went through most of this is all new to me. I've never done this before. So then once you had created the EdPuzzle and you posted it to the class, you said you would have to go into each section. And then you said unless your classes are linked. I'm wondering if you can copy that. Can you just copy it to different sections?
Nope, it will not work.
Okay.
And I think we got recorded at one point, and then I think, oh, it did say that, okay.
So,
Yep, no, you cannot copy at all.
saved in EdPuzzle. So you can go
Oh.
to each of your courses and go materials, EdPuzzle, and select it there.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, so yes, EdPuzzle is always there. I wonder if I should share my screen and then, well, no, because then I'm showing another class. I teach 2 different classes, a 6th grade and an 8th grade class. So I'll often use the same material. So then I just go back into my 8th grade class and I go to add materials and I select the EdPuzzle again.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still always in EdPuzzle. You just don't want to copy that EdPuzzle to your course. You always go back into add materials, and then select EdPuzzle, and then select the video you want. And it can be the same exact selection for each class.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Well, I don't do any of my actual grading in Schoology. I do it all on campus. So do I just stress to students, like, I'll put your actual scores into campus. Don't worry about what score is showing up in Schoology?
Our accurate scores show up in Schoology. It's because how I created the course quickly, that the number didn't match. But when I go into my actual EdPuzzle in Schoology, the actual scores show up, except for one of the videos I chose. I did not do a very good job like checking over each question. It was how to sew on a button, and I didn't think there was going to be any errors in it. I checked the first 3 questions, not the last 3, which was my mistake. And one of the answers selected was wrong, very different than what she said. And you cannot edit your EdPuzzle once you've assigned it. So what I did is I just made it worth 5 points instead of 6 points. So it did not count against the students.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. And yes, and the scores will be right. And then I just copy them into campus, manually. It was nice last year when my district had Schoology for grading because everything was just there. But at least the kids can see it in Schoology then, too.
I just have a quick question about I team teach and wondering if there's a way that I can see the kids in my team class. I know, yes, is there a way, I guess, for me to be able to see someone else's EdPuzzle items that I team with? Do you know that?
Yes, well, I add my paras, I know you're a team teacher, as members, like a student, so then
In
they
Schoology.
can. Mm-hmm.
Right. So you can, and I am that right now, but I'll have to look to see, I guess, to go through EdPuzzle and find it somewhere in there.
No, you wouldn't have to go into.
There is a way to connect your EdPuzzle accounts because under my courses, I can see.
Can you guys hear her?
So should I unmute?
I'm going to mute myself so she can talk.
I'm almost certain that there is a way to link courses for teachers because, like, I know that I am part of Christina Clark's 6th grade course from last year, and so there should be a way for the teachers to link the courses. So I will, Beth Ness, was that you that asked that question?
Yes.
Because I can certainly figure out how I did that and then get back to you.
Right, because I want to see all the students' entries. I don't need to see the EdPuzzle necessarily. I want to see the score so I can see if kids have completed things. Right.
Are you an admin in the Schoology course? Because then yes, you can see them. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, this might be a really dumb question, but I missed how you moved the EdPuzzle into Schoology. Is that pretty easy?
Yeah, Jane said that she will do a demonstration again right now. It is very easy, but I will say that I used EdPuzzle last year, and it is a different process this year than it was last year, and I have no idea why. So Jane will show you. You just have to start with going from Schoology and clicking on materials, add material, and then add EdPuzzle. So I'll have Jane share her screen right now, and then she can show you that.
Thanks.
Okay, yes, and then real quick, somebody did ask if they can create EdPuzzles on their iPad with the EdPuzzle app. I believe the EdPuzzle app can do the same thing as this. I don't create them on my iPad, but I could certainly try it while we're answering questions too, or just get back to you, but I'm sure you can. All right, I'm going to share my screen. You see it? Not yet. Yeah, I did. Share. Green.
There it goes.
Oh, okay. I maybe didn't click it well. All right, so I'm going to go into courses. I did just create another one. Oh, it was already there. All right, can you guys hear me okay? Everybody hear me? So, okay, good. All right. So, I guess I don't remember. Can you tell me what you asked again? Sorry.
Creating it, like, go ahead and make that.
Okay.
Your course.
All right, so I'm going to go into, did you see the part where I went to EdPuzzle? Maybe she didn't.
I
Okay.
did. I just it just went by fast.
Okay. So, okay. So, let's say I've never set up an EdPuzzle. So I'm going to give it a description. You know, this is my course. I'll just call it new practice. And all right, so I'm going to click create class. All right, so it's EdPuzzle Practice 2 Section 1. Now I'm going to go into edpuzzle.com. All right, then I'm going to click on My Classes. So over here you can see this is my 8th grade facts class and then my 6th grade facts class. But this is the demo I did right here up top. This is my new one. The only reason I'm creating new ones is so I can show you what it looks like. All right, so there's my new class. So it was linked from Schoology right into EdPuzzle. I gotta admit somebody in. All right. Can you tell me if this is okay so far?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. All right. So now that I have it linked, I need to go to content and I'm going to find a video. So you can actually get them also from Khan Academy, National Geographics, or you can search up here, just search the internet. You can search curriculum that they have on here or what other people have used in Lakeville. Is there anything you want me to search for? Or?
Anything's fine. Anything's fine.
Okay, I'll just do, let me find one that somebody's done in Lakeville. Let's do Run-On's EdPuzzle. This is another teacher here. Okay, I'm going to select it. Now, I have two options. If I want to keep searching for other videos, I'm going to click copy and it's going to get added to my course. If this is the only one I'm going to do and I don't need to move on and find others, I can go ahead and edit it. Or I can leave it as is. So I'm going to make a copy because I don't want to mess with her stuff. All right. And I'm going to go back to my content. And here it is. Then if I'm all through with it, if I'm okay with it, of course you're going to want to listen to it. You can also move these, edit it how you want. Maybe I should just show some examples. If you want to add questions, you could do it here. Maybe you want to add a note. All right, class, we're going to start by watching this and make sure you make corrections. Oops, why isn't it stopping? I shouldn't be demonstrating it if I can't get it to stop. Oh, hold on. Allow. There we go. You guys probably saw that popping up there. All right, so I'm going to cancel that and then I could add a new note, record it, and then it would work. All right, and then you can decide where you want your note You can also add multiple choice questions if you want to add more. The best way to add them is to go ahead and play the video.
Welcome. You have come for workouts that will take you on special learning missions.
All right, that's where I want it. So type in your question that you have, your answers, and then save it.
Welcome to Writers.
All right, so let's say it's just perfect as it is. I'm good with it. I'm going to click finish. Then I'm going to go back to my Schoology, and I'm going to get into this class. Practice 2. Okay. I'm going to add materials, and I'm going to go right here to EdPuzzle. I'm not going back over here to EdPuzzle on the side. If I do that, let me show you what shows up. Or it will just say class right there, class options. All right, so I'm going to go back to materials, add material, EdPuzzle. Find it, select it, assign it. The closed caption only works on it if it has been set up through the video ahead of time, but I always click it anyways. Assign it. All right. It's not going to work if I just leave it right here. I need to click this toggle here and edit. Don't ever put anything in the consumer key or the shared secret. Leave those blank. It'll mess up your stuff. Click on Enable Grading. Make sure the title is what you want it to be. Change the points. Category, how you set up your category. I'm going to create a new grading category and title it Puzzles. Save it. Did you join the course? Rachel's going to join my course really quick, so when I go to the gradebook, you can see it. Right now, I don't have anybody in there. Oh, I have a sample student. There are no members. I did. I did add you, but it didn't show up. I don't know why it didn't show up. All right, so then she's going to join. Just 9757 dash 88G6 dash R2ZRH. I didn't want to go into email and then have something confidential from a student show up, so I thought I better just read it to her. Or is that an S? It's an S, 97S7, sorry. Thank you for your patience, sorry. I'm not an expert, just... All right. EdPuzzle Practice 2, Section 1. All right, so then once she joins, it'll show up in the grade book. There she is. All right, so do you want to, she's going to go through it. Should we turn it over to you so they can watch you? You can speed through it. We did add a hack to our EdPuzzle for staff, which is kind of nice. The kids hopefully don't know it. They can't skip through this. If they go on to another screen when they're doing it, it'll pause their EdPuzzle. So they can go back in and do it. They can also rewatch if they don't know the answer to a question when it gets to it. Let me just demonstrate that here quick.
Welcome. You have come for workouts that will take you on special learning missions. Welcome to Writer's Workouts.
I'm gonna speed it up even faster. If you want to know about this hack, I can share that later. So I just want to show you what it's like when it gets to this first one.
Every sentence must express a complete thought.
All right, so the who or what in a sentence is called, well, we're going to go with the wrong one, the verb. All right, so I purposely chose the wrong one. It doesn't matter if you chose, it shows you which one the right one is, but I could rewatch it, I could skip, I could continue. They're not able to skip. So if, let me go back here. If they don't finish it, I'm going to see what she's done. I'm going to see what her progress is. If they don't finish it through the end, it's sometimes the grade doesn't show up. So right now it shows me that she's watched 0% of it. How far into it are you? Okay, she's 47 seconds into it. And if they don't complete the majority of the video, it also does not show up in the grade book. I was telling my students that they had to click see results at the end because I couldn't figure out why it wasn't showing up. But it does for her students, even if they don't click the see results, that's what shows up at the end. It was working for hers without that as long as they watched the majority of the video. Go ahead and ask questions while she's finishing too. Go ahead and unmute yourselves. Okay. She's watched a little bit more. Yes. Yes, and it is live, so she just watched it more a few seconds ago. It says it right there. Anybody want to ask any questions? I can't really see here. Oh, she's muted. Trisha Kennedy, can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Okay, there. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't have any other questions. I'm good.
Oh, okay, good.
Thanks.
Anybody else?
So when you are in Schoology and you you're in Schoology, you click EdPuzzle, you create a course. So I would title that 6th grade facts, and then that would link to all of my 6th grade sections, correct? Since my courses are linked.
Yeah, so you're talking about here.
Yep.
Went there the first time?
Yep.
Yep. Yours will show up.
Okay, and it'll be in all my 6th grade courses, but then I just have to individually put in the EdPuzzle to those 6th grade courses, correct?
Yep, so you started here. So on your screen now, go to this EdPuzzle on your Schoology course.
Okay.
And often it will say it cannot connect. Then you just refresh it, and they even have the EdPuzzle training videos that happens.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I just did a 6th grade facts, and then, okay.
So when you clicked on the EdPuzzle, your class showed up, your linked courses?
Yes. Okay. I see it now. Thank you.
Yep. And then next step, you go into edpuzzle.com, add your video. You cannot assign in edpuzzle.com, which you think you should be able to. You would think that after I select a video here, I could click assign. You cannot. Oh, and you guys could do it that way last year? Okay, I guess that's what's different this year. I've never been able to do it this way. And if I try it this way, everything's blocked out. If you have duplicate classes, you're going to have an issue too. You'll need to get rid of those duplicate classes. Okay, and I'm going to turn my volume off.
So what Jane is referring to, I don't know if this happened for any of the other buildings, but at the beginning of the year in Schoology, all of my classes were duplicated. And so because that happened, everything in EdPuzzle was duplicated, and so I have my classes linked together. And so when I would assign a video, first hour would be able to view the video, but none of the other hours would be able to see it. So it took me literally a month and a half to figure it out, and thankfully Jane was the one that pointed it out. I just had to delete my duplicate classes in EdPuzzle, and then my videos were able to work. So if that unfortunate circumstance happens for any of you, please don't hesitate to reach out and we can try to help you through that.
I can stop screen sharing. Any other questions?
Hi, I have another question.
Okay, should you mute or do you want to? Okay,
I'm unmuted.
okay, go ahead.
Okay. When you score, do you have to go into your 5 different classes to get, the scores from the 5 different places, or does it all come into one grading sheet?
It comes into one grading sheet, so.
Or you can go into your Schoology grade.
Yes, but so let's look at this one, that hot chocolate bombs one I did. All of the students that did it, their grades would be here.
From all your classes?
No, so my linked classes would be together here.
Okay.
So, because I'm in my course in Schoology,
Mm-hmm.
so let me just go back here. I can go into my grade book. I always keep hesitating to make sure I'm not in my real grade book showing students business. All right, so then I would click here. Oh, we've got other people joining. All right, now, it did show up. Oh, did it show up right away to their grade book? No, so theirs didn't show up. Oh, yes, it did. Rachel got a 0. But let's say it did not show up because it really depends how you put it in here. Some people put everything as the category is ungraded. So if I did ungraded, I'm going to save changes. Nothing shows up here, right?
Okay. So you have to set it up graded, formative, and assign it the point value for it to show.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Let's see here. Hopefully it won't disappear. Sometimes they do. All right, so then if it did not show up in my grade book, I could always just click export grades to LMS and it would go right in there. If it didn't, because it would export them right there. But if you select those categories, it will go in there, whatever category you choose. But if it doesn't, you can just export it. And the whole list, so I have 5 sections of 6th grade facts. So if I were to try to grade just by looking at the list of students, if I didn't have it put right into my Schoology grade system, I'd be trying to figure out what class everybody's in. This way it just assigns them right to their correct hour.
Okay. Nice, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And there's lots and lots of other things you can do, like you can do a screen castify, you can do a slideshow and have it pause and ask questions. You can basically make your whole lesson by, recording what you want them to hear first, then having them watch it, and then having a conclusion at the end. Should be checking the chat. Is there anything in the chat? Okay. Any other questions? Is there anything in the chat?
You're muted.
Oh my goodness. I was nervous to do this, so I'm kind of frazzled, so I apologize. The adding the two teachers, just how I know how to do it is making the other person the admin. So by going to the members, so Sydney, I'm going to add you. And then when I get to her, I'm going to give her, right here, make admin. Oh, this is the wrong Sydney. That is, there's two of them. Let's find, Sydney, that is not yours. I wonder why. Oh, here, I got to change it to
So
McGuire. Oops, sorry. Now let's try.
yep, that's
Right. Don't need to add a student as an admin. Okay, so then she should be able to add EdPuzzles, see everything that I can see. I don't know if that answers the question or not. So if there's two teachers teaching it, this teacher then could also go find EdPuzzles, go into materials, add material, add a new EdPuzzle. Just a reminder, if I go to edit this EdPuzzle, if I'm trying to make changes to it, it will delete everything. So I need to make sure I check it over before I assign it. Once it's assigned, you can't make changes. Nothing in the chat.
Did you
Does
mean
anyone-
it deletes your EdPuzzle or it deletes the scores if you go to changes?
I did it and it deleted the scores.
Oh, okay, but not the
tried it.
EdPuzzle itself.
Yes, but luckily only a couple kids had done it. Oh. And I knew not to do it, and I just thought I could, do it anyways for some reason. Yeah. But like I said, with the one I made a mistake on for my class, I just changed the point value. And you can publish and unpublish them as you see fit. I wonder if I had any other. Yeah. Oh, when you do the open-ended questions, they will come up. So when I go to click on my EdPuzzle here to grade it, if I had open-ended questions on it, it would show right here, here it is, one answer to grade. I click on it, and it would have all the questions together, not students individually. If you want to see them individually, click on them. So, all right, that looks good. So I'm going to check it as right. So let's say it's pretty close. So maybe she's going to get 99 out of 100. I think I could change it. I don't know. Maybe I couldn't. Because I don't know what this test was. I just grabbed this one. So then, and did you finish the whole video? Okay, something went wrong. All right. Yeah, that's okay. You don't have to. So then we'll check her progress. Usually I don't go through and grade them until they're all finished. So, and hers is not turned in. She's watched 30% of it. Sometimes they'll have, 10 out of 10 and only have watched 90% of it. And maybe you have a note or something important at the end because you recorded your voice that you wanted them to hear. They're going to miss it. So that's why it's nice to put that last question at the end just to check for understanding, to make sure they watch the whole thing. And then I always edit mine, trim them to make sure that there's not just music at the end that they have to sit through and listen.
Rachel, are you able to share one with us in the math world, or do we have to only see it through Schoology, like one that you've done? Do you know what I mean?
I think I would be able to share it with you.
Or do you have to like go onto your Schoology?
Because like I can see, and I'm wondering about that, Pam, because like when I'm looking at my EdPuzzle right now, I'm able to see all of the videos that Dave and Christina have created, but I'm wondering if that's because I'm an admin of their Schoology course.
Right.
But there should also be a way for me to make it public so that like Lakeville School District people can do it. So I'll mess with that setting in EdPuzzle, and then I'll email you on the side to see.
I'd be
if you
curious
can
to
see
see
it.
how you made one and what you did with it, like a live one.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. Does anybody else have any other questions? We don't want to like keep you here if that was basically all we had to show you. And so I'll put the link, I put it in the chat, but then I don't have access to edit that link that Beth Beckwith sent out. So I'll have her add it into that PD list where you guys found the link for this WebEx meeting. We can add Jane's video link there too, just so that if you need to pause it to figure out how to do it yourselves, you can. Yeah, and you guys feel free to email us and send us messages. All right, well, thank you all for being here. Bye.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you so much. I'm trying to write and put things down, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, and feel free to email us if you have any questions or if you get to a spot where you are trying it yourself and then all of a sudden stumble upon something because, yeah, we need each other.
I know I tried on my iPad and I could not create. I could not.
And I have never tried it on my iPad either, so I've always just done it on through my Mac. So
I was doing it while you guys were talking about it, so I tried and I could not get into it on my iPad, but I could do it on my laptop, but I couldn't switch it over because the iPad kept asking about being a student and then try to create, and so it might be better just going through, like you said, through your laptop and then just having the kids work with it.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Welcome. Have a good day.
Too. Bye.
Hi, Jamie. Sorry, I just let you in. I'm not sure how long you were in the waiting room for. I hope I didn't keep you waiting for too long.
No, I just decided since I was going to do the question and answer one, I finished the last one early, so I would just join in now and catch whatever you guys were talking about too. So
Well, we just went through, we played a little video on how to create EdPuzzles, and I will put that, I'm going to have Beth Beckwith put that in the link.
Okay.
And then if you go to create something and you have a specific question, feel free to just to reach out.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna create an EdPuzzle for one of my classes that I'm working to. So
good idea. Good idea. I'll put the link in the chat right now too, just so that you can have it right there. And then I got to email it to Beth and ask her to add it to the documents.
Perfect.
Oh, you were able to do it? Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. And Hoffman, I think so, yeah.